Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. This is a story that just keeps evolving, and if you're like me, you're glued to every piece of news, every move, every shift in the landscape of the NFC East. The Washington Commanders, a team that has been striving to find consistency, has just made a move that could potentially shake up their offense and give them a real shot at making some noise this season. And it all centers around a player who might not have been a household name until now, but whose impact could be enormous, Rachaad White. Let's set the scene a little. The Commanders, coming off a tough Week 2 Thursday night football game against the Green Bay Packers, faced a reality check. The Packers' defense, led by Micah Parsons and their relentless front seven, had Washington's offense completely bottled up. Jayden Daniels, the quarterback, was under constant pressure, and outside of some garbage time moments, he just couldn't get anything going. The Packers were filling all the gaps, making sure Austin Ekeler and Bill Krosky-Merritt couldn't find much room to operate on the ground. And when it came to passing, none of Washington's receivers could get open consistently. It was a tough night for the offense, no doubt about it, and the game was pretty much out of reach by the time they found a little rhythm late in the game. But just when you think things couldn't get worse, and believe me, it was a tough night, the injury bug struck again. And this time, it was devastating. Austin Ekeler, who has been a key part of the Commanders' offense, suffered what's believed to be a torn Achilles. The injury was non-contact, which makes it even more heartbreaking. And now, Ekeler is expected to be out for the season. Just like that, the Commanders lose one of their most valuable playmakers, especially given his role not just as a runner but as a pass protector and a reliable option in the passing game. Ekeler's versatility has been a huge asset, and his absence leaves a massive void that the team needs to fill, and quickly. This kind of injury is a huge blow for any team, and for Washington, it's a call to action. They've got to find someone who can step in and fill that role. Now, we know the roster has some capable players, but the reality is, replacing a player of Ekeler's caliber, even in a limited role, isn't easy. That's where the big news comes in, a potential trade that could change everything. Rumors are swirling that the Commanders are eyeing Tampa Bay's Rachaad White as a possible replacement, and for good reason. White, in his early NFL career, showed flashes of being a versatile threat out of the backfield, racking up over 1.0 yards from scrimmage in both 2023 and 2024. That's no small feat, especially for a guy who, at times, seemed to be the go-to back for Tampa Bay. However, things haven't been so smooth for White lately. Last season, and into this season, he's fallen a bit out of favor with the coaching staff. Early in 2025, White was barely playing, logging just about 25% of the snaps against the Falcons, while Bucky Irving took the Lions' share with nearly 77%. It's pretty clear that Tampa Bay's coaching staff has shifted their focus, and Irving has become their primary back. Still, White's strength has always been his ability to contribute in the passing game, and if there's one thing the Commanders need right now, it's a reliable pass-catching back to pair with Krosky-Merritt, who's been carving out a role as the team's primary ball carrier. Now, let's be honest, Tampa Bay wouldn't be losing a star if they traded White. They've got a capable backup in Irving, who has proven he can handle a lot of what White used to do. Irving has shown that he can be a true bell cow back, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield just as well. Plus, Tampa has a strong third-string option in Sean Tucker, who has earned praise from the coaching staff and could be used to spell Irving and keep him fresh. So, from Tampa Bay's perspective, trading White might make sense if they can get a good return, like an early third-round pick. It's a move that could benefit both sides. Tampa Bay gets to rebuild some draft capital, and the Commanders get a player who can provide immediate help. For Washington, this isn't just about filling a gap. It's about making a statement that they're serious about competing this season. Their window to make a deep playoff run could hinge on how quickly they can adapt to this injury and find stability in the backfield. Rachaad White, with his pass-catching ability and youth, could be exactly what they need to keep their offense dynamic and unpredictable. Remember, White is now in his fourth NFL season, and although he might not be the most explosive rusher, his contributions in the passing game can't be overstated. He's a player who can catch the ball out of the backfield, run some effective routes, and provide that extra dimension that defenses have to account for. So, what's next? Well, the negotiations are still in the early stages, but the logic is there. A trade involving a mid-round pick, probably a third-rounder, could get this done. Tampa Bay might be willing to part with White if they believe they have enough depth with Irving and Tucker to handle the workload. For Washington, this is a chance to not just patch a hole, but to inject some fresh energy into their offense, especially in the passing game, and continue their pursuit of playoff success. Looking at Rachaad White's stats, over 0 yards from scrimmage in each of the last 2 seasons, it's clear he's got the talent. And if he joins Washington, he'll be stepping into a team that's eager to push forward, hungry for wins, and willing to make bold moves to improve. The NFC East is a fiercely competitive division, and every little upgrade can make a big difference in the standings. The Commanders are eyeing that potential, and a trade like this could be the boost they need to stay competitive and push deep into the postseason. Meanwhile, on the field, Washington's coaching staff will be working around the clock to implement new strategies and get the team ready for what's coming. They'll be focusing on how to utilize White's skill set, especially his ability to catch passes out of the backfield and create mismatches against defenses. The offensive line will also need to adjust, providing the protection necessary for Daniels to operate effectively, especially since the loss of Eckler means less balance in the backfield. But the coaching staff has shown resilience and adaptability in the past, and with the right acquisition, they can keep this offense moving at a high level. And let's not forget about the NFC East race. It's shaping up to be one of the most exciting divisions in football. The Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, and now, potentially, the Washington Commanders are all vying for supremacy. Every game counts, and the team that can adapt the quickest, make those smart moves, and maximize their roster's strengths will have the best shot at winning the division and making a deep playoff run. The Commanders know this, and they're clearly trying to position themselves at the right moment to strike. So, as we watch this story unfold, one thing is clear: the Commanders are serious about contending. They see an opportunity in Rachaad White, someone who can help them stay explosive on offense, especially with Eckler's injury looming over their season. This move, if it comes to fruition, could define their season, giving them that extra edge they need to push through tough divisional battles and into the postseason. It's a bold strategy, but in the NFL, sometimes you have to take those risks to reach the top. Now, I want to hear from you, Washington fans. What do you think about this potential trade? Do you believe Rachaad White is the missing piece for this offense? Can he help the team sustain their momentum and make a real run? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news from the NFC East and beyond. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, go Commanders.